Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to show you the finish of my latest diamond painting, which is Patience. It is a Dreamer Designs kit, art by Regan Kubicek, and you can see it is this cute, adorable little mermaid. Now, I have lots of thoughts on this canvas, so let me just give you some basics and then I'll go from there. As I said, it is Dreamer Designs, this cute little mermaid. It is 40 by 60. It is a square, and it had 54 colors with one AB included. Now, I did add some additional things. I had some square crystals from Shimmering Canvases that I bought eons ago that I decided to throw in. So you can see down here in the green, I've got, and then over here, I've got a green from the square crystals that I used. You can see right here in her little scales, mermaid scales, that there was like a light purple that I used. And you can also see that up here at the top, in her eyes, that light purple, in her hair, and then the green in the flowers here. And then in addition to those square crystals, I also added in her flowers, the flowers on her hair here, I added in a red AB. Some fancy things. Let me pull that closer, see if you can see the red ABs in there. And you can see just by look how super sparkly these drills are. I love, see up there in the corner, when I move it, how sparkly the drills are. I just can't get over how sparkly these drills are. Now, the AB that was included was the white, so you can see that here in kind of the little halo up above, and then they're just kind of dotted around. There's some in the trees down here, there's some in the flowers over here. She just turned out really well. So those are the enhancements that I added. I will say, and I will show you the trash when I'm finished, these were some pretty trashy drills. And by that, I mean there was just a lot of drills in each color that were trash drills that I ended up throwing away. They had tabs on them. They were misshapen. They were too small. They were too big. They weren't completely formed. Some had holes in them. But yeah, just a lot of trash. Now, I will say, even with the fact that it had a lot of trash, I had enough drills to complete the painting, except for one color. One of the colors in this green down here, I ran out of. I think it was DMC 319. Just had so much trash. I threw so many of them away that I didn't have enough to finish. Now, I was probably only short about 40 drills. What I ended up doing was just because it was the kind of the last section that I was working on and I was so close to being done, I didn't even go and look for extra ABs in my spares. I ended up just grabbing a different green from within the kit and filling it in, and you really can't tell. So it turned out fine. Just, yeah, one of the weird things I did with this, I guess. So I just added in that extra AB because I didn't feel like going around to find those drills. Just couldn't be bothered at that point. And nobody would ever have known except for me if I hadn't told you guys, so there's that. You guys, again, these drills are just super shiny. You can see right here the shine as I move it around. And it's even just more sparkly in real life. Some of this stuff just does not translate well through the camera. Trash drills aside, I'm super happy with how this came out. I think the picture is really cute. I will mention somebody, and I can't remember who, and I apologize, but one of you lovely viewers pointed out when I was doing a whip and chat that there was a section over here on one of the trees where like there was a blue, I think it was right in this section here, the blue and the black had been flip-flopped. And so the viewer was questioning whether I made a mistake. And I hadn't even noticed, actually. I was just going through and, you know, putting the drills where it told me. And when she pointed it out, I knew exactly what she was seeing. And it was actually charted incorrectly. Where I'd placed the drills was what the chart showed, but it looked funky. And so I went back and pulled the drills off and changed them. So you can see the black outline of the tree, and then all the blue is in between it, where it had it like this black would have been a blue line, and then the black was out here, and it just looked odd. But I didn't see any other issues like that. I wasn't sure about the pink here on her elbow, her shoulder, and then her face. I think her face bothered me less than anything. Now, this is a thing that the artist does. It's part of the artist's style. And the artist has a lot of very cute art. And I really like this particular piece. So even though I could have changed it, I decided not to. And I also wasn't sure when I started doing her face if I would like this color for her face. I thought maybe it was going to be a little bit too dark. But after doing her arm, I actually kind of wish they had made her arm all the same color, just like her face. I actually think it would have looked better. I think this kind of highlighting here on her arm, especially combined with the red here, just didn't translate well in the rendering. Now, this is a kit that is no longer available. It has been discontinued, and in fact was discontinued shortly after I bought it. So I kind of feel like I kind of got the last one that had been hanging around forever, because this is one of their older kits. And so once I bought it, then it just was no longer available. So I don't know if that's why, but I'm still happy with it. And I'm still really happy that I finished it. I wasn't sure. This is one of the paintings that I asked you guys in a post, in a poll, if you thought I should do this one or the Phoebe and Beauregard. And most people picked Phoebe and Beauregard. So I did that one first. And then I could have just jumped into a different painting and left this one until later, because my intention was to do both of them for Mermaids and Magic, and Mermaids and Magic was over because it took me so long to do the other one. However, I decided I wanted to do this one anyway, and I really am glad I did, because I think it turned out really well. I love the way her scales look with her little folded up tail. I think the colors in her, the end of her tail, the little fin here, are really pretty and vibrant. And I don't know if I'm so much a fan of the way that they did the different colors here in the little island piece that she's setting on, but it's at the end of the painting and the focus is really her. And I love all of the pinks and purples in the mermaid itself. And once you get to the top, you know, you've got this bright kind of halo behind her head, and then you've got these kind of bare trees in the background. Yeah, I just think it turned out really well. I'm really happy that I did this canvas. My only complaints are, and they're all minor as far as I'm concerned. One, running out of the one green color that I did, which was an easy enough fix. Two, the rendering on her arm. Again, I could go back in and put that same color from her face in there, but I'm going to leave it as is for now because it's finished. And the number of trash drills. Other than that, this kit was a ton of fun. I really, again, I love the colors and how her scales look on her little tail. I love the little jellyfish that she's holding, and she's just got such a cute little face with all of her purple hair, and I really love the color scheme in it. So I think that's what initially drew me to it in the first place. So there's my finish of Patience by Reagan Kubicek. Again, this was supposed to be my second kit for Mermaids and Magic. I am late with that, but that's okay. All right, so before I leave you guys, we're going to go back into the studio just so I can show you the trash drills, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, guys, so we're back in my regular filming space, but I wanted to show you, these are all my trash drills. Now, this is kind of a small tray, so I thought I would dump them out in this kind of little bit bigger tray just so you could see how many there really are. And remember, this was a 40 by 60 kit, so it wasn't even that large of a kit. But this is the amount of trash. So it was quite a lot. And you can see there are different pieces. There's like this big long piece of black in there. Just tabs, and that one has a hole, and there's a tab on that one right there. Some of them were not fully formed. There's another tab on that one right there. You can see the tab on that purple one right there. So that was the majority of the issues, was that they all had tabs on them, which, you know, you would think would not be such a huge deal, but when you put that on your canvas and then you try to put another drill next to it, suddenly you've got popping drills everywhere. So it really is important that you go through and kind of pick through your drills and pick out the ones that are going to be issues. There was quite a bit of black in this particular painting. I'll throw up some stuff on the screen so you can kind of see, especially in her tail, there was a lot of outlining and stuff. And so there was a lot of black, and the blacks were pretty trashy. In fact, the blacks were trashy enough that I didn't even save the drills, because I don't want, as much of a headache as it was sorting through them with this painting, I don't want to give myself that headache again. I mean, again, I don't want to scare anyone off. I've done other Dreamer Designs kits, and they were not, I didn't have trash like this in the other kits that I've done. And again, this was one of their older kits, so I'm suspecting that's one of the reasons, is that it's an older kit. But just a ton of trash, as you can see, especially compared to some others. So yeah, just FYI to be aware. You know, for me, it's not a big issue. I have plenty of spare drills. I didn't have to even dig into them for this. Even with this amount of trash, I still had plenty of drills to finish the kit. So not a huge deal. Let me throw a picture up there of the finished canvas. And I think it turned out really well. I'm really glad that I did it. And now I can move on to the next diamond painting. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit that like button if you like this video. Thanks for sticking around till the end, guys. And yeah, make sure you subscribe so that you can catch whatever project I'm working on next. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching.